for clicking on this video for color correcting. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to follow me on social media at meribahMUA. But let's get started. So getting started with color correcting is pretty easy because now they have these palettes out like this one. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover palette. When I went to makeup artistry school, we would actually color correct with whatever we had in our palette, like eyeshadow or lipstick, or a different color foundation, like an orangier foundation. So I think this is really cool that they have these out now. So if you want to, practice with color correcting, I would definitely pick up something like this. Also, LA Girl Concealer makes color correctors, and I love their formula for concealer, so I would definitely try that. But just to walk you through, the orange shade is going to contradict blue, so that would be like your under eye circles right here. I don't really have too bad of blue under eye circles anymore, just because I do a lot of eye treatments and I have worked very hard on taking out the blue underneath my eye, but it still is slightly tinted blue. It's just normal to have that from being tired. Some people have it worse than others, and you can just build up the coverage depending on the depth of the blue tint that you have, or you can go with a deeper orange. This orange is pretty light, so you can always use a deeper orange or like even a red to contradict blue. And then the yellow shade, it just takes away any discolorations. So let's see, like maybe my freckles, if I want to cover those, I could put some yellow tint on there, and that will even out the skin tone, so when my foundation goes over, you won't see the freckles at all. I don't really feel like that's necessary, but you can also use it on the lid if you have like a different color lid up here. If you notice in a lot of my videos, I use the MAC Paint Pot concealer, whatever it's called, and that color I really like. I use soft ochre, and that just totally takes this like lightish purple color out. So I really like that, but you can use this shade for your eyelid. And then next, the green shade is going to take out any redness. So you can see I kind of have some redness right here. I did some extractions yesterday, and then on my chin too I have some redness. Also, a lot of people, they get redness around their nose right here. So you would put this green shade on those places, and then you would put your concealer or foundation over, and it would take that out. Now the purple one is kind of an extra step if you feel your skin that looks really dull. So the purple works as a brightener, and so I would typically use that right here, and that would just make the the tops of your cheekbones look more defined, and they would pop more because they would create a more brighter look. But again, I don't think the purple is really something that's necessary now that we have highlighters and stuff like that that you can work onto your skin. But something like this is great if you are starting out in color correcting. So now that I have talked about this, I'm gonna go ahead and use this to do some color correcting on my skin. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. Also, a good point of reference is if you get a color wheel, I'll put one up here or over here. You can actually see the opposite colors in the color wheel, and that can help you to correct any colors. And if you are a makeup artist or you've gone to school for makeup artistry, with covering tattoos that color correcting is very important, and having a color wheel reference, because if I'm trying to cover this green here, I need to go the opposite of that color, which would be red, I believe. So that's important too if you ever want to do any tattoo cover-ups, to understand the color wheel and color correcting. So let's get started with doing a little bit of color correcting. So starting out, I'm going to take this orange shade like we discussed, And I'm just going to put a little bit of that underneath my eyes here. So, and as you can see the difference, this eye looks very, very white and natural. And I'm just blending this out on the end. I am using a fluffier brush from Spectrum. This is B03. I like these brushes for applying concealers because it just applies it more radiantly. So you can see the difference on my eyes here. So now that we have both of the eyes, under eyes covered up, you can see it took away any of that blue discoloration and it's very bright looking. Next we're gonna move into this green shade. And I am going to apply this around my nose here and out. And I'm gonna apply a little bit on my nose here, because my nose in general is pretty red. I'm gonna apply a little bit here and just a little bit on my chin here. We're looking pretty crazy. Next shade I want to show you is the purple. So I'm just going to show you guys what this looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and just highlight up here and brighten right under here. So this is what my face looks like after applying the color corrector. So we have the purple, the green, the yellow, and then more green over here. Looks pretty crazy. And then also, just for fun, and excuse me, this isn't the yellow, that's the orange. So I'm actually gonna take the yellow and I'm gonna put it on the tops of the lid for you guys. So that's the yellow on the tops of the lid. And you can see how it really canceled out any of that blueness that I had. So for foundation today, I'm using the Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani. And then I mixed in a little bit of the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless. And then I did add some Cover FX drops in Moonlight just to make my skin look extra dewy. I'm taking a damp beauty blender and I'm going to be applying the foundation so I can show you guys how it covers. Alright, so I just did want to do half of my face so you guys can see how it color corrected and it gave a really nice coverage. And then this is the side which is still the color corrector on there. So you can see once you put on your foundation, all of those colors, they just go away. They disappear into the foundation. And then of course, if you want, you can always add concealer on top of this and that's gonna brighten and conceal correct even more. But if you just wanna do the color corrector and then your foundation over, this is what you would get. So when picking a foundation to use over a color corrector, I would go with a medium to full coverage foundation. Just because if you have a lightweight foundation, you might have some of this color see through. But again, that's depending on how thick you apply the color corrector. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other side of my face. So as you can see, the entire foundation is covered and this is just foundation. There's no added concealer and you can't see any of the colors from the color correct, but my skin is completely even. There's no dark circles, no redness. It's just completely one tone. I did it. All right, you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the color correcting tutorial and that it helped you. Don't forget you can pick this palette up. This is the L'Oreal one. I really like this one. I think that It is really good for beginners for color correcting. And if you have any questions, please comment down below. Please subscribe to my channel, and you can follow me on social media on all platforms at meribahMUA. If you like this makeup look, that video will be linked at the end of this video, or you can just go to my videos and find it there. Yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. I love you. I hope you have a great day.